Hi, I'm Reedley College ASG President Gerardo Reyes. Thank you for joining us for our Patriot Day ceremony, remembering those who lost their lives in the deadly terrorist attack on our country 19 years ago today. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. I'm Jerry Buckley, President of Reedley College. I'm here today to help us remember those that we lost in 9/11. That day was one of those days that lives in infamy in the history of the United States, when we were attacked by a foreign power and by individuals that wished to damage, if not defeat, the American democracy. It's important to remember that that one day took the lives of many, those that were actually in the buildings that were under attack, as well as those first responders that helped save lives. And frankly, people died not only on the scene that day, but for many years thereafter. In fact, we still are losing people younger in life than we should because of the exposure to toxic materials and other risks that were taken that day. So it's important to remember that in one day of attack, many suffered, and we remember that day every day. It's also important to remember that this democracy is always under attack. If you think about today, cybersecurity is important to all of our interests. Cyber attacks can affect banks, they can affect the government, they can affect elections. I think it's important in this day and age for us to remember that the most important thing that protects our American democracy is the vote. And so I encourage you today to remember to register to vote, and please vote in November to protect and defend our democracy. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Michael Ornelas, and I'm a manufacturing technology instructor here at Reedley College, as well as a veteran of the United States Air Force. I'm honored today to speak to you all a little bit about Patriot Day, what it means to me, where I was at the time, and what our campus faculty and students can learn from Patriot Day. I served in the United States Air Force from the mid-90s to the late 90s, and my role in the Air Force was a tactical aircraft mechanic on F-16s and F-17s. 19 years ago, when this event happened, I was doing construction work in Kingsville, Texas, at Kingsville Naval Air Station. It was about 7:46 in the morning, and over the radio, an emergency break came in and mentioned that that a plane had crashed into the World Trade Center. It stopped me in my tracks. It was a surreal situation. At first, I didn't believe it, but after the second aircraft, and then the third aircraft, and then the fourth aircraft all crashed at their targets, my surrealness turned to sadness and anger. Over 3,000, almost 3,000 people lost their lives that day at the World Trade Center. terrorist attacks, as well as the Pentagon in Virginia and in a landfill in Pennsylvania. During that attack, those attacks, over 73 countries were affected, not just Americans. So for me, Patriot Day is a time of reflection and commemoration for those that have lost their lives in this terrorist attack. I would like for our campus community, faculty, and students to remember that Patriot Day is a time in our history that shows that when we come together as a nation, we can overcome anything. With the situation that we are currently in with COVID-19, the takeaway that I would like for all of us to have is that if we come together as one, we will overcome any hurdle, any obstacle, and make for a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for your time.
Hi, my name is AJ Rolin. I'm a United States Air Force veteran, discharged in 2004. I was basically an F-16 avionics technician. Since then, I've become a paramedic. I'm a father of four, great, beautiful young boys. I'm also a student here at Reedley College, and I have been since the beginning of 2019. I've been kind of pushing as hard as I can. I'm also the vice president of the Veterans Club here at Reedley. Super proud of my wife. She's a 16-year veteran of the Navy. She actually just promoted, which is awesome, and she's been trying for a little bit to get that promotion, and super proud of her. I mean, I wouldn't be here without her, that's for sure. There's a couple of reasons why we celebrate Patriots Day. It's to commemorate the Battle of Lexington and Concord and the Battle of Minatory. They're the first battles of the American Revolutionary War. That's kind of basically in lieu of the September 11th attacks in 2001, which there was a lot of people who perished, and a lot of rescuers and responders that lost their lives doing their jobs. And that hits me pretty hard for the sheer fact I've been a paramedic for 12 years, and I was an EMT for 3 before that. I've worked a couple of different places, specifically as a contractor in the Middle East, Fresno County area, and the Merced County area. Where I was at when basically the 4 coordinated attacks on the morning of 9/11/2001, I was in a 0-period class at Buchanan High School in Clovis, California. There's something else I'd like to bring in, or bring to the plate here, so to say. We are in the week of National Suicide Prevention Week, and that's very important to me. I've had quite a few of my friends take their own lives, and I'd like to shed light on that. If anybody ever needs any help, please reach out. There's resources everywhere, even if you don't think you have any. The Veterans Crisis Line is 1-800-273-8255. You can call that and talk to somebody. That's a 24/7 line. Someone is always going through something, and they could definitely use some help. But I'm honored to be here today to talk to you. What Patriots Day means to me, it means, I can't even put it in words. It means so much because of the bravery of the men and women that ran towards the danger, and they did everything they could for the victims. And in turn, quite a few of them became victims themselves. And I think everybody should basically take a page out of their book and always do what they believe is right. Even though sometimes it's not popular opinion, do what you believe is right. Try to stay on the short and narrow. You know, there's a lot of speed bumps in life. There's a lot of speed bumps in life, and sometimes you need help. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video presentation of our Patriot Day ceremony. Have a nice day.